Since Nepali temple architecture is so awesome, I decided to build my own version of the Uma Maheshwar temple in Kirtipur, Nepal. The first thing I had to do was building a supportive structure underneath the plinth that the temple stands on. Since the final temple will be over 1 meter tall and very heavy, I had to use a lot of bricks for the supportive structure, and since it won't be visible, I decided to use colored bricks of colors that I don't use frequently. This is necessary since these bricks will be lost forever. I'm not gonna build a temple just to later recycle it. That would be a terrible act of disgrace towards the divine couple Uma and Maheshwar. Next up was adding the masonry on the outside of the plinth. For this I used a mixture of red 1x2 plates, interspersed with some dark tan and dark red 1x2 plates. If watching this process feels repetitive, then please remember that you're watching it at 125 times the speed that I built it in. And yeah, that was repetitive. It's now time for some fun facts about traditional brick construction in Nepal. Did you know that the outer layer of bricks on traditional brick buildings in the Kathmandu Valley was made from fire-baked bricks, while the inner layers were made using sun-baked bricks? Well, now you know. On the top of the stairs of the plinth, I simply continued the same brick color pattern, only this time using plates instead of bricks. After this, it was time to add some stone details. For this I used a mixture of dark grey, light bluish grey and dark tan, to give the stonework an old and run-down look that mixes nicely with the brick masonry and the overall dusty feel of the Kathmandu Valley. Some more details were added, a ritual bell used during worship, some small stone statues, and 2 large elephant statues, a common symbol of goddess Parvati, who together with her spouse Shiva constitute the 2 deities that this temple is dedicated to. It is now time to start the construction of the actual temple. I decided to make it on a separate plate that slides onto the plinth, instead of connecting it with studs to the plinth, so that the temple can be split in 2 if I have to move it. After constructing the plate, I started construction on the inner sanctuary. Here I decided to use dark grey for the wood carved details. On the actual temple, the color of these details is more of a blackish grey, but of the 2 colors, dark grey looked a lot better next to the red brick. Pure black looked too dark and sad, and a combination of these looked too messy for my liking. Since you shouldn't photograph the idols inside such sanctuaries, I decided not to build the idol of Maheshwar in the front and Uma in the back, as I did not have any photographs to work from. That is also why I decided to keep the doors on my model shut, but they are hinged and can be opened if you apply some force. By now you have probably also noticed the annoying wobble caused by the loose platform on top of the plinth, and I don't know how to fix it. It is a consequence of using loads of smaller plates to create details in the stonework instead of using larger plates for structural cohesion, and should thus be interpreted as a feature, not a bug. After finishing the details on the sanctuary, I built the wooden support pillars that support the walkway that stretches around the second tier of the temple. Then I laid down some floorboards and created a square with dark red flags attached to it to create the dark red banners that hang down from the roofs of many Nepali temples. When that was done, I engaged in even more repetitive bricklaying, and as you can see, I forgot to turn on the recording lights. There is no chance whatsoever that I will re-record this, as I have already built this temple twice. Once when designing it, then I disassembled it piece by piece while photographing it to make an instruction manual, and then I built it again for the video. This is your cue to like and subscribe. We have now come to the most interesting part of the build. That is the 4 armed wooden statues that encircle the second tier walkway to provide support for the roof. Since LEGO don't make 4 armed minifigures, I had to use reddish brown wrench pieces that I fitted with minifigure arms removed from reddish brown torsos I had overpaid for on bricklaying. After finishing the statues, I built the wooden beams that support the roof structure. It was also right about here that I realized how stupid it is to not design things uniformly. Budget overruns and large delays had by now left investors impatient. So the project manager, in an effort to cut costs and speed up the completion of the project, decided to build a haphazard roof structure of whatever pieces were available in the needed color, something that made rebuilding it in the same way challenging. As we have finally reached the roofs, I have for your convenience decided to show myself building 4 roofs at once. Staying on the topic of roofs, this temple originally had 4 of them, but a disastrous earthquake in 1934 caused great damage to the temple, and when it was rebuilt, it was only made to have 3 roofs. So remember to pack a helmet if you're going to Nepal. With the first set of roofs now finished, I pursued on with the brickwork. I sometimes wonder what the seller on Bricklink thought I was gonna build when he saw my order of 5000 red 1x2 plates, 3000 dark tan 1x2 plates, and 1000 dark red 1x2 plates. I don't think it was a Nepali Hindu temple though, but I don't know. After finishing some more bricklaying, I added some wooden details around the windows and built the supportive struts that will support the beams that will further support the next set of roofs. Now with the roof support finished, I could secure some more rapid vertical progression by using larger bricks of different colors in places that will be hidden by the next set of roofs. As you could see from the previous roofs and from the roofs that you will be seeing shortly, I use 1x2 tiles with a stud in the middle to offset each row of support beneath the roof tiles, so that the roof tiles can be slid into position in an ununiform manner to create a look of wear and tear. This design choice is further supported by the use of 4 different colors for the roof tiles, with dark tan and dark red harmonizing with the colors of the central brick structure. All the while, the lack of red and addition of nougat and orange tiles distinguish it enough so that we can confidently see that this is the roof. As we are approaching the home stretch, there is just a little bit more brickwork that has to be done. A little bit more wooden detail addition above and around the windows, and a few more roof supports to be created. Now that this is done, I just have to add a few more bricks of black and white color to provide support for the golden top. We have now reached the final set of roofs, and as I look at the temple that is taking form in front of me, I remember the ancient Nepali proverb, "If you can't go to Kathmandu, bring Kathmandu to you," which is really what I'm doing here. There is just one last detail now, the golden ladder. Many people, myself included, mistake this for a snake, but it is actually a ladder for the gods to descend from heaven down to earth to meet the prayers of the worshippers. This is officially the end of the video. I would just like to say thank you for watching this far. Please remember to like and subscribe, and oh my god Shiva, I'm so happy with the result. Just look at it.